they're not really villains, yet they're just not very nice people. There's a way that Dennis Lehane has been able to separate their job, their working personalities to their to their domestic personalities.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, I don't mean to butt in, but for example, if you're a doctor, if you knew your doctor personally, they'd be completely different to the person you see when you go into the surgery, aren't they?
Well, that's right.
Yeah, because
although they weren't bad doctors, in a sense, they weren't very nice people, and the motivations behind why they were doing what they were doing were very selfish.
See, I don't know about that one, because the way I see the ending and why what happens, to me, is completely justified.
Well, I'm not necessarily talking about the ending, I'm talking about throughout. When they talk about experiments that they've done and
but how much
theories that they have, they completely dehumanise any of the people that are on that island. Those people are there simply to be experimented on, especially when they go to the lighthouse.
But that is, I don't think we can say that really, considering the fact of what is revealed at the end, because you've got to remember, I can't say much more because it's going to ruin the story, but if you take into account what happens at the end, does that not change everything that you've been told about what goes on the island?
I suppose so, but then surely that means that Dennis Lehane needn't have put so much work into the characters and so much research into the characters if it all gets flipped on its head at the end of the book. I'm sure there must be more truth, and I was not convinced by the ending. Not in the sense that I did not like the ending, I wasn't convinced of the explanation given, and I didn't believe it. There was something about it in terms of a narrative. It was fantastically written, and I liked the ending, but I don't believe the narrator telling me that is the ending.
And that was what happened was fact. You didn't believe it.
Yes.
I will happen to say to you that this is the same conclusion I came to, but I went back and I read the last 2 chapters. I went back and I read the prologue. I went back and looked at some of the other passages in the book, and to me it all links up perfectly well.
Well, I agree, but I saw the ending coming a mile off.
Oh, did you?
And I kind of figured that that's what it would be, because it's almost stereotype now for this sort of thing to happen. It's almost the way that
I don't think when they make it into a film, anyone won't know what's going on, but before the 3rd act, because it's not going to be. This isn't an M. Night shit. No one is going to be able to make this scene like it's not going to be seen a mile off if you are. But it
depends what focus they give. If the focus of the film is going to be about Rachel Solando and Teddy's life before he was on the island, then the story surrounding him personally won't be given so much focus. Therefore, people might not think that there's anything to come of his personal story. If they enter into this film thinking it is a story about a disappearance and what has happened to this woman, then that will be completely different. It will have a completely different angle, and I don't think people will be expecting anything to happen with Teddy.
I don't know.
Apart from him being a catalyst as to, solving the...
But having watched the trailer personally, I think they've already set up that something like that is going to happen with what they've shown in the trailer. I wouldn't have given away as much information as they did in that trailer, because
I don't think they've given away any information.
I think they've given away quite a large bit of information in there, because are they marketing it as a horror film? No. Some of the sequences they showed during that trailer would make sense if it was a horror film.
No, I think it's not a horror film. I think it's a
I know,
psychological thriller.
I know that's
and
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
the whole point behind it is that they're trying to focus on the idea that this is a very creepy place.
Yeah, I'm not talking
And
about
that
that.
people in it
Works
are very
fine.
creepy. And I think that's what they focused on. They're not focusing on the characters who have come onto the island. They're focusing on the people that are there. There's barely even any mention in the trailer of Rachel Solander and the fact that she's missing.
No, exactly.
That's not even in there.
That's what
Another
I would...
key actress who's even in the film, Emily Mortimer, she's not even in the trailer, and she's going to prove to be a very important character within the film.
Well, I think when they showed the dream sequence that he was having in the trailer, that for me was a step too much information. But that's personally what I got from that, because I've read the book and I know the story. Do you see what I mean when I say that? That it's a step too far. Because you could have it set up that it's a mystery of someone going missing and not have any of that that dream sequence in the trailer. It could be that, yeah, he's talking to... Because I agree with you, they did set it up that the island was really creepy and who was on it was really strange, and that the whole place has got this weird feeling to it, and these weird things keep on happening. But the fact that they've had the dream sequence in there instantly takes it away from me from being just a normal thriller, which I would like to go to the cinema and be surprised that it's going to be something.
But I think
deeper.
you yourself have revealed too much, because the only inkling we have that it's a dream sequence is that
she disappears in the middle of the trailer.
No, she floats away. But the idea behind that is, you think, is it a dream? Is it just a flashback? Is it a ghost? What is it? You don't know that it's him having a dream.
Oh, that's true. Maybe I have given away too much. How many marks out of 10 would you give the book? If we had a rating system here for the book.
I think I'll give it about 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah, it was very well written. It was very enjoyable. It was very thrilling, but it wasn't. It was predictable.
I'll be completely honest and say that I love this book. If you didn't already work that out from what I said, I agree. It was predictable to a certain extent, because now I'm thinking about it from the point of view of, I read Tieton Brown by Mick Foley a couple of years back, and there are similarities within the twists and turns and psychological aspects of this book. And yeah, that impacts on the fact that it's similar. So I would say, whilst it's not anything really new, the way it's written is brilliant. I enjoyed it, so I'm going to give it 8 out of 10.